Oh, hey, welcome back. It's Dan Macdonald. Thank you so much. I thought, we'll switch from the election talk because we're going to get our full dose tonight and a little bit later on in the show, too. I want to talk about something that is so important. I mean, the pandemic has thrown us a massive curveball, and women are taking a disproportionate hit. More Canadian women than men have died from COVID-19. Most of the deaths in Canada have been among long-term care residents, and the majority of those residents were women. The situation also ushered in the first so-called she session, like a recession, but a she session with women initially experiencing more job losses than men, being slower to return to work. It's also resulted in women shouldering a disproportionate amount of unpaid caregiving responsibilities with children out of school and daycare. Coming up November 12th is an event that you can attend virtually that will address some of the issues women are facing during the pandemic, hosted by the Canadian Mental Health Association, called Wellness for Women. And joining me on the phone to talk about it is Executive Director of Canadian Mental Health Association Windsor, Kim Willis. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Dan. Thank you for having me.
I love having you on always. What a year it's been. It blows my mind how many different issues and inequities the pandemic has revealed, long-term care, racism, and women too. But before we get into the event, when it comes to mental health, it feels like we're almost in a powder keg, like the pandemic, the economy, the election, the sometimes toxic nature of social media. Are you worried that we haven't seen the full extent of the impact on people's mental health?
Yeah, it's very troubling, and the longer it goes on, and then with the second wave upon us, it is very concerning, and I am fearful, and for all ages, for men, women, children, seniors, it's hard on all of us.
And women taking a disproportionate hit, too. I was reading about how this could be dialing the clocks back to the times when women stayed home, men went to work. From what you were seeing working at CMHA, are women feeling the brunt of this pandemic?
Absolutely. And, I mean, I don't think it's surprising when you factor in that they're the ones dealing with keeping the home running, if you have children, their return to school, affecting their return to the workforce, having to juggle all these different things, also keeping themselves safe, keeping their children safe, keeping their family safe, fear of getting the pandemic. And then we're also seeing, which is equally concerning, that 1 in 4 Canadians is reporting incidents of higher episodic drinking since the pandemic began. So many people are picking coping mechanisms that may haunt them in the future, like alcohol or cannabis. So deeply troubling and cause for concern, to be sure.
It is. It's interesting watching how everything is shifting too, because before often, I mean, we've all seen the memes, like mommy's little helper and she's hugging a big, gigantic wine bottle, or can't get the mommy's wine clubs. But it's almost taken which I'm all for. I love those, but it's almost taken a darker turn because these things, people really are turning to things like this to get them through the day for survival, self-medication.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that in the early days of the pandemic, and it's continued where someone that might have been a casual, have a glass of wine on the weekend or what have you, it's become more frequent. And, we don't want anyone turning to substances to help them get through these difficult times. And I also want to just add that when we're talking about women, it's further compounded for women of color that we've definitely seen in those communities that women are facing higher levels of risk and illness, particularly in the GTA where people of color have fallen ill with COVID at higher rates. So lots of different issues coming at us fast and furious. And, it's hard. No one person has all the answers. We can provide some tools and some outlets, and that's what we're hoping to do on November the 12th.
And I can't wait for the event. I want the details in that very shortly. But first, just to kind of set it, I read a quote from a woman who was working from home. She was caring for her kids. She was in a work meeting on Zoom, camera off, mic off, and then it got to the point where mics and cameras went on, and like bedlam in her house was revealed. Kids running by in their underwear, the doorbell ringing, the dog barking, all while doing a work meeting alone by herself. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's almost impossible to have a work-life balance right now. You really, it seems for many, you can't do it. There is no balance. It's just trying to survive. Do you think a lot of
Yep.
people are in that position right now?
I totally do. I know, I don't have real young children, but even just trying to work at home with a teenager sometimes is you're pulling your hair out, and you can't. I don't know how anyone is able to give their full self to their job or their career while also homeschooling and dealing with the issues in that environment. So yeah, I don't think
Right.
it's a great scenario for any of us.
Now, tell us about this event coming up on November 12th. What topics will it be touching on, and why is this the one that we do not want to miss? It sounds very interesting and very important, too.
Yeah, so it's Women Wellness Symposium happening virtually on November the 12th from 12 till 3. And we just wanted an opportunity for women to come together, feel empowered and informed with some fun mixed in. So we have a keynote speaker. Her name is Siobhan John. She's a global wellness expert. So looking for great insights and information that she's going to share with us. And then we're really, really excited about the panel that's participating. So we have Janice Kaffer, CEO of Hotel Dieu Grace Healthcare. We have Kavan Boismier from RBC, Michelle Murphy, who's with EMS, and then Jude Abuzaini, who is a local artist. So a great cross-section of the community with just very different backgrounds and how they've been coping, and just real honest, open conversations that we think so many people will benefit from. And then finally, we're tying it all up. A comedian is going to lead us through online trivia for the final hour. So again, we're hoping everyone pops on for November the 12th. It's free, thanks to a grant we received through the Windsor-Essex Community Foundation and Gender Equality. So again, it's really geared to women from all backgrounds, all ages, and the hope is that you leave there feeling a little bit more optimistic and have more tools in your toolbox to help us get through these next few months.
100%. Now more than ever, with fall coming, the holidays coming, the economic situation not getting any better, now is really the time, like you said, to start getting those tools to help out, to be empowered, because it really does make a whole difference when you attend an event like this and be surrounded and listen to people who are living it and who are empowering it. It's such an important event. Now it's 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. November 12th. Free to register too. That's great news.
Yes.
How do we register if we want to register?
So go to windsoressex.cmha.ca, look under the event tab, and you'll see it listed for November the 12th. You can sign up. Like we said, it's free. And I think another important piece is that it just makes you feel like you're not all alone. I think it's easy right now. We're working remotely. We're not able to see our friends, our family, and you feel like you're going through this alone, or that you're the only one feeling, anxious or depressed. And I think this will shine a light on the fact that all of us are having these feelings, and there's good days and bad days, but together we are stronger and we will get through this together.
Absolutely. Kim Willis, thank you so much for joining us today, and what a great event. I can't wait. I'll post all the links to where people can register. Really appreciate you coming on today. Thank you so much.